Visiting Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Herbert on fire early, throwing 3 touchdowns as the Chargers jumped out to a 24-0 lead. Cincinnati roared back to score 22 straight points in the third quarter, despite Burrow dealing with a painful pinky injury that he gutted through for most of the game, but just too many turnovers. Chargers won 41-22. Adam, what can you tell us the latest on Burrow's pinky finger?
Susie's got a dislocated pinky, but the good part is he wants to try to play through. He was able to come back into the game. You could see him on the sideline yesterday. He was clearly uncomfortable with the injury after it happened on this particular play, but he came back in and was fairly effective despite the fact that he played with that dislocated pinky. I'm sure Alex could probably talk to what it's like to have to play with an injury like that where they tape it up.
Can you pull that glove off and show us?
I got it off.
There you go.
Well, listen, I mean, if you're going to pick a finger to have injured on your throwing hand, you're going to pick your pinky every day of the week. Just the mechanics of throwing the football, obviously your thumb is vitally important with grip strength, along with your middle finger and your ring finger. Your index finger is incredibly important as far as accuracy goes and spinning the football. Really, your pinky is the first finger that comes off the ball as you throw. With all that said, he's got a chance. I don't think this is unheard of that he could play through a dislocated pinky. This isn't a Russell Wilson situation with his middle finger that I think would be tough to do. It will be interesting to keep an eye on some of the other things, though. Again, ball handling, taking snaps under center. He did a lot of backhanded handoffs, trying to keep his left hand in there more often. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's a tough way to go down the stretch. As we know, the AFC North looks like it's going down to the wire. You need all hands on deck.
Everybody at 500.
The 2022 Pro Bowl returns to the field this season, and now's your chance to have a say in who makes it. Text 635-635 for more info on how to cast your Pro Bowl vote. Leading vote getters so far, Jonathan Taylor leads the way, followed by Travis Kelce, Cooper Kupp, Myles Garrett, and Tom Brady. Plus, if you want to see the game live in Las Vegas for the first time ever, you can buy your tickets now at ProBowl.com. Up next, we are joined by 2011, but we're all here. We cannot put the regular setup we have up just because of the conditions. That tells you something right there. Alex Smith is with us this week. Steve chose the right week.
Steve? Shocker.
Steve. So you and Randy have it out here tossing the ball.
Yep.
What's the plan?
It's extreme. I mean, it's extreme. You better have a plan. You better have something ready. And it's a bit gusty. The wind comes up, and it's going to be almost impossible to throw the ball at times, and then it does die down. And I think you're going to try to pick your spots to make some hay and get it done.
And I think just coming out here early talking to defensive coordinator Matty Patricia, he's just talking about 2008 when we played here and what he told his DB. So later in the show, I know we'll be able to talk about the weather, the factor, but the passing game inside the numbers versus outside the numbers, Susie.
Well, and you talk about that just from a defensive lineman perspective. I know this is my kind of game, okay? This is going to be a game that's going to be played between the tackles. We're going to run the football, and whichever team can run the football the best has the upper hand. And so you got to figure that lean towards the Patriots.
Randy, when you go back to 2008, there were times in that game when the wind was blowing so strong one way that you couldn't throw the football when you're moving down in one direction. If you were moving with the wind, you could use it.
Correct.
Moving against it, you couldn't. And with the way the wind is strolling tonight, I wonder if that will happen. Right now, the wind has died down some. The last couple of hours, it has been something.
You call this died down?
Right now, it's relatively calm.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You said this is y'all type of game, right?
Exactly.
Sleeves or no sleeves tonight for you?
All defensive linemen, no sleeves, but we're going to have that Tiger Balm on. All that Tiger Balm is going to be everywhere.
I saw some receivers already come out here with shorts on.
Yeah.
That mental toughness, Susie.
You can have that.
There's nothing about that's dummy. That's not mental toughness. That's just being dumb. Put some sleeves on if you're a receiver, okay?
Let's talk about it, boy. Let's talk from the boy from the South. Get on out of here, boy.
Ball handling as well. Sorry to interrupt, Susie. Will be a premium tonight.
We have plenty of time to talk about this game and these conditions. Certainly at the forefront. But, hey, don't look now. But the Patriots are the number 1 seed in the AFC. So let's show you what happened yesterday to help set that up. Ravens, Steelers jump ahead to a wild fourth quarter. 26 total points scored. Under 2 minutes. Ravens down 7. Lamar Jackson under duress all night. Hit Sammy Watkins. And then this is the play everybody was talking about. Down 1. The Ravens go for 2. Let the second guessing begin.
For 2? No. It did not. They aggressively play analytics, and so, from that standpoint, they're predictable.
Tried to win the game right there. We were pretty much out of corners, at that point in time. So there's an opportunity to try to win the game right there. Oh, you saw the play. I mean, it's that close. It's a game of inches. You saw the Al Pacino speech on any given Sunday, right? There you go. That's football. That's just that close.
Alex, how do we feel about the play call?
Oh, I think you love the call. Whether or not you go for two, I think that's for debate, but you put the ball in your two best players' hands, Lamar and Mark Andrews. I think it was a bang-bang play. TJ Watt didn't take the cheese on the run fake. It came right after Lamar. That's a difficult throw to make in that situation. He tried to elude him and make the throw at the same time. I think Mark Andrews makes this catch 5 out of 10 times. I think if they play tonight, he may make this exact same play. Tough call here. The only thing Lamar may be able to do is retreat a little bit, take a little more off this. But look at this. Randy, what do you think?
Well, as a pass catcher, you're seeing, the best pass catcher that the Baltimore Ravens had. You stick one arm out there. I just really feel that he wasn't off balance, that he could have really put his right hand on the ball. But you heard Mike Tomlin said that they're predictable. If they were so predictable, then why wasn't Mark Andrews covered? They just blown it. The Baltimore Ravens blew that game, and not what Pittsburgh did, is what the Ravens didn't do.
And, here's the thing I'll say. The Ravens are where they are because of Lamar Jackson. He's played MVP football all season long. With that being said, he's got to make that throw. Yeah. To your point, retreat a little bit, throw that ball over the top. How many times have we seen the great quarterbacks just retreat a little bit? His first instinct, though, Alex, was to step up and run instead of retreating back, making that throw. If he makes a more accurate pass, they win the football game. I have no problem with the decision to go for two. John Harbaugh told us my secondary's injured. Marlon Humphrey had already gone out of the game. They were playing hurt. If Lamar Jackson makes a better throw, better yet, if he were more accurate throughout the football game, they wouldn't have even been in that position. But in that particular instance, make a better throw, you win the game.
That's one of my biggest questions on yesterday's Sunday Countdown, talking about the Baltimore Ravens moving forward. Alice, as a quarterback, we know what Lamar Jackson means to the running game for the Baltimore Ravens. But moving forward for the Baltimore Ravens, they need a little bit more accuracy, a little better accuracy coming from their quarterback.
In the last 6 games, they're 3-3. He has 8 interceptions and 7 touchdowns.
And like Book said, the one early in the game that no one's talking about takes a field goal off the board.
Exactly.
3rd and 6. Yes. Throw the ball at the end zone. You kick a field goal. You win the ball game.
What about defenses? What are defenses doing to put the pressure on him?
Well, if you think about it, let's go back to when they played the Miami Dolphins on a Thursday night. Miami came out and said, okay, we're going to blitz them, and we're going to make the game move a lot faster for Lamar Jackson. And it's really simple, Susie. You're going to line up, and you're going to have 2 guys coming off the edge. You're going to have 2 linebackers. We're going to back those guys out. That's going to attract the offensive lineman. Now you bring speed off the edge and get in Lamar Jackson's face. The offensive lineman doesn't make the play, and now you get pressure on him. Here, you have the entire line going to the left. That's a Larry, a Liz call. You have the back going out. The line goes the wrong way, bad communication. Now you have a fast guy in Lamar Jackson's face. Again, they don't communicate. And then we just saw this. The Steelers are in 4 across. They're giving an all-out look, Alex. Lamar Jackson has to understand the ball's got to be bang, bang. Why are you backing up as a quarterback? You have to know
right now.
That look.
Right now.
It's an all-out look. There's no reason for the quarterback to catch and back up. You have to catch and be ready to throw, and he didn't do that.
And it's the same defense that got in the 2-point play.
Exactly.
All-out pressure, TJ Watt in his face. And that's what it comes down to. You're right. You have to have a plan ready and be able to execute it. Again, as Easy said right here, that's tough. TJ Watt breathing down your throat. But I would love to have seen a little more touch on the ball.
Here's a question for you. When you were at the line as a quarterback and you saw or you recognized it was all-out blitz, did you know where you were going with the ball before you ever caught it?
Yeah, you have to have a plan, especially down there in the red zone, because you're getting one or the other.
Right.
That's the name of the game down there. You're going to get all-out pressure, or you're going to get drop bait, trying to block up all the zones. And I think you go into those situations, you got to have an answer for both in your pocket as you get to the line of scrimmage.
Adam, the Ravens thin at quarterback. Marlon Humphrey not just lost for the game, lost for the season.
Torn pectoral. Don Harbaugh, the Ravens head coach, confirmed the injury today, and a team that has dealt with injuries all year long now will have to go forward without its best defensive back, one of its best players. You see him go down on this play, and this was the play on which Marlon Humphrey was injured and saw his season end. They've had to make do without all their running backs. Now they have to make do without their best defensive back, Marlon Humphrey, done for the season, Susie.
And the Ravens lost opened the door for the Patriots, now the number 1 seed in the AFC, and they're doing it.
Hold on. Slow down.
There's one of those Holy.
I knew it would be windy enough to knock me over.
Hold tight.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing that all these guys are a little bit heavier than me out here. But Alex, how do they put the ball in the air? Because gusts like that are so unpredictable.
No question. And I think the big one here is going to be Mac Jones. Both these teams play in weather, practice in weather. Mac Jones is from